Have you started to feel like you can do much more than just the task execution? Are you much more than just the implementation of the tasks inside a business? Do you feel like you're already getting involved in the strategy or the decision making or managing a team? Perhaps you're wondering more about the OBM role. I'm Paula Edwards and I am the founder of Advanced Virtual Assistants. It's important to know that I still work directly with clients. I really value my work with my clients. I love that type of work. I love the variety. And I work on a fractional director of operational basis with the clients that I work with. So just to share that so that you know where I'm coming from. So many people say to me, what is the difference between a virtual assistant and an OBM? And I can see these lines being blurred all the time. So I just thought I'd create another video to help with that clarity, really. Essentially, the OBM oversees business operations inside a business. They might manage projects and launches. They might lead the team. They will create accountability amongst the team and the business owner sometimes. They will look to improve systems and processes. They will definitely want to support the founder with mapping out the strategy and helping them achieve the company goals that they desire. They will help support growth and scaling, and ultimately are the right-hand person for the CEO or the founder. So it's not just like ticking off the to-do list, it's actually in there helping run the business. So often, as I said, there's often a grey area where these lines get blurred. So some signs you might be already what we call an OBM in disguise is maybe you're already stepping up in some of these things that I've just mentioned. Maybe the business owner is asking your opinion on something, or do they trust your judgment and let you make decisions yourself, or do they want your strategic input? Perhaps you naturally are always looking for solutions and improvements inside the business. So you're no longer being told what to do, you're actually helping shape the decisions and taking ownership of those things and making things happen. If you are an OBM, the sorts of things you might like is you will enjoy leadership, so you might enjoy managing the team. Delegating out tasks and making sure that people are doing the things that they're meant to be doing. So providing that accountability and keeping projects moving forward. So whether that be, a standalone project or a launch, or maybe it's elements of the business strategy that you've mapped out to get to the business owner goals. Often the OBM is what I like to think of is the glue that holds the whole big business together. You are somebody who loves systems and organization, so you like improving workflows, looking at ways to optimize the output, looking at structure, always thinking operationally, and enjoy the planning and making sure that you've got that bigger picture and that overarching viewpoint to the business. So where some people might see chaos, you will often see the clarity, the opportunity comes naturally to you. You'll be somebody who likes making decisions. You're very comfortable to make decisions. You're not waiting for constant direction. You're really happy to take initiative on things. You like to solve problems, and you definitely think critically. So you're not needing to take direction for all of those things. You're really comfortable to do those things independently. You might also be somebody who likes a bit more impact. So you want deeper involvement inside a business. You want the greater influence on that business. You like operating strategically, and you want to move beyond the admin support. And this isn't for everybody, and there's definitely no judgment here. I think often it isn't always just about what experience and that you can bring to the table, whether you're an OBM or not. Sometimes it's your phases, ages and stages of life. So with an OBM, I liken it to whilst it attracts a higher rate, obviously, because there's a lot more responsibility and stepping up. There's also an element of you're working in that business outside of office hours. Often your mind is working on that business. Maybe you've got something that you're trying to resolve in your head outside of when you're sat at your desk, so you're mentally inside that business even outside of office hours. And that's not for everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people really thrive and enjoy that type of thing. I do, but I know that when the children were smaller, I might have had a lot less capacity for that space in my head for that, and also wanting to be present with my family. So it isn't that I wasn't necessarily capable, but it was more that I wanted to be more available to my family. And so, as I say, there's no judgment here at all, but it's just like what to expect and what you enjoy really and what you like to deliver. So some signs that you might not be ready for the OBM role is, as I've just said, it might not be the right time in your life, but maybe you are somebody that doesn't like difficult conversations. I think when you're an OBM, you need to what I call manage up. So you need to be able to have difficult conversations with the founder if you feel really strongly that the way the business is going isn't what you believe to be the right way, or there's something we're doing incorrectly. You need to be brave enough to have those conversations and not be expect direction all the time. That they are wanting your strategic input to help get the business to where they want it to go. And to do that, sometimes you might have to have difficult conversations. You're definitely somebody, if you're somebody who waits to be told what to do with something, then you need to be able to step up and make those decisions, show initiative, and take responsibility for the thing, whatever the thing is. Some people don't like managing people. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, and it can be very stressful. So that's something else that you would need to consider. And really feeling, understanding the strategy and working out how to put those things into place. That's also a skill that you would need to have, and being accountable for all the decisions that you made, and making sure that the team are on track for what you would, you know, what you expect from them. And none of this is meant to be a criticism, as I said. It's all about, ages and stages of life in terms of what other responsibilities you have, but also your experience and your growth. And that a lot of this comes from your growth and experience throughout the years. The biggest mistakes I see is that some people call themselves an OBM without some of these foundational qualities. And essentially, it's what I might call a high-level VA. And again, that has their place. But in my mind, an OBM has to have these qualities that I've just outlined. So what would I say? How to prepare yourself for becoming an OBM? I think gain experience if you haven't already got it. Have good project management skills. And I'm not saying I don't have a qualification in project management skill, but I do really, my brain naturally thinks that way. So I enjoy that type of thing. Improve your communication and leadership skills. Understand the operations and the business strategy. Be confident to manage a team. Be confident in making decisions. Work on emotional intelligence. That's also a really valuable asset to have. And maybe invest in your own mentoring and training to help you deliver all of these aspects inside a business. And I think really, I hope that helps you feel much clearer about whether you're ready to do the OBM role, step up to the OBM role. There's a lot going for it. There's great job satisfaction. It's really varied. You would probably need, whereas we typically see a VA work with 6 or 7 clients at once, we see an OBM work with a maximum of 3. You need to keep that headspace for those businesses to move them forward in the way that you would be expected to. So there's many benefits of working as an online business manager or an OBM. Definitely, obviously, the rates and everything like that. But it's a lot of it comes down to your preference. Anyway, I hope that's helpful to help clarify the differences and whether this is the right time for you. Maybe now is not the right time, but maybe in the future it will be. I'm always open to asking me questions. Find me on socials and come and ask if there's anything else I can help you further with. All right, take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, everyone.